Welcome to Commander Pop Culture, a place to gather magical information with some laughs, might I add. Hello everyone, I'm playing my Ellie and Alan deck. It's a cycling deck. It's actually really good. You basically turn all your cycling cards into 2 more cards. You trade the card by discarding it for either a land or an additional draw. You get to exile that creature from your graveyard and replace it with another card. So you get 2 for 1 and you do that over and over again. It's one of the better cycling commanders I've ever played. If you want to play cycling, you don't have to. Just anything that lets you consistently get value out of your graveyard. Ellie and Alan fulfills that quite nicely. It's really flavorful because they're archaeologists that dig up dinosaurs from the ground. They're taking advantage of stuff from the graveyard. Playing against a Haldan and Pako farm deck, I'm sure, and a Najeela Warriors deck, and a Captain Sisay toolbox deck. It's a slow hand and I don't have any discard. I do have a win condition with Primal Surge in my hand, but I don't think it's worth holding on to. I mean, I could draw in the interaction or graveyard shenanigans because my Firehaven Elf ramps me. It's going to be a slow hand though. I think I should mulligan. It's less than perfect, and I get a free mulligan anyways. And this is much better. I get a cheap ramp spell, I have a cycler, I have some card advantage, I have untapping synergy in here. So much better. That's why you should mulligan. Just because it's okay doesn't mean you should keep it. You should be trying to sculpt the perfect 7 every single time. So don't be afraid to mulligan, especially when you have a free one. I think I'm mostly concerned about the 5-color deck in the middle. I played with Hitman in the past. I think they like to make just 5-color decks in general. Every time I see if they're playing a different 5-color deck. This deck's quite affordable too. It's $80 in paper to own. It's one of the cheaper decks I've played and it's still quite powerful. I play tested it earlier. Did some wild shenanigans. Made them a little, little tilted, I think. But it seems like people are having some great starts. There's a Saga, Noble Hierarch, Jewel Lotus. This is casual though, by the way. This is the casual lobby. Maybe the Captain Sisay will keep the other 2 in check. I'm having a significantly slower start. In Moto, I think this deck is $30. I was expecting like the value in Moto to be like single digits. My least favorite card of Magic, Rhystic Study. I was going to go Sakura Tri-Bowler turn 2, but I might as well just cycle my Angel instead. I'm still getting value out of my turn 2. Devoted Druid's kind of nice. I could get my commander in on turn 3. I think the upside's worth it. Like, I'll catch up in cards even after I make him pay, and I don't know what this guy on the left's gonna do. They might not pay. The Thalia could mess me up too in my turns because I do have a fair amount of non-creature spells in this deck, so I have to be sure to leave some mana up so I can at least pay that. Otherwise it goes in my hand, which is also not the worst thing that could possibly happen. Oh, this has haste? Nah. He picks up a Shoreline Ranger. Real threatening. Simian Sphere Guide and Llanowar Elves. I wonder what Sisay gets. They got Boseiju. Nice. They take it with a Rhystic. It only cost them 1 green. Captain Sisay was actually my first commander deck. Back in the day when Commander wasn't getting supported products from Wizards of the Coast, so pre-EDH time period, I was playing that. And it was good then, and I'm sure it's even better now. You can see with the utility of just Boseiju that it's gotten so much better. Ooh. And Solitude, flinging spells. Is this going at Pako? No, it's going at Najeela.
He's gonna regret that.
I probably would have taken away the Pako. It would have really taxed the guy on the left pretty badly. Because they're partner commanders, he has to pay 7 for Pako and then 3 for Haldan. Bad tempo, and like, all he was going to do is probably make 1 single warrior. Nothing to be too concerned yet. Eason? Oh, I got Gaia's Cradle. Casual though. Searching your deck twice a turn is casual. If you want to test your metal, play on Moto, and that's how you could exit your small pond and join the bigger fish. Now that the Rhystic Study is gone, I kind of want to just go for my commander instead now. Go for that tempo, because I would have to wait a whole revolution for this. Ooh. It's very possible to accidentally misclick your Devoted Druid. They're so close together. Dancing with the devil there a little bit. I caught up with the left and right player a little bit. It's not as good as Gaia's Cradle or Mana Crypt, but hey, what can you do? Just as well. 7 red and 3 cards. I got Shatter, Skull Smashing, Breeding Pool, Mental Misstep. Well, that Shatter Skull Smashing looks pretty good. Could take away the Sisay and the Yasen here. That'd be nice. Very nice. Or he plays commander. I think taking away the two things that are tutoring his library is a better option. Like, you could always play his commander whenever, and the things that are currently exiled aren't really worth his time. Like, the cards he exiles aren't going anywhere either. They have the bones on them. Yeah, I think that's a mistake. Thalia is making his Shatter Skull cost more. I don't think the Sisay player cares. I think they're happy with what they got to keep out of that whole exchange. And like I said, he's gonna go to combat and then he's gonna see more cards, but like he can't play anything anyways. So like, what was the point in playing his commander here? If he ends up watching this, because I send my videos out to the players that are in these games, if I happen to be online the same time they are. Sorry if I'm giving you crap. Maybe you'll see this and you might learn something from that commentary. I'm not trying to knock on you too hard. There's just some better to do. What did we exile? Lightning Greaves? Absence Pilgrim. Oh, the Sevine's Reclamation. He get back his Urza Saga and do all those shenanigans again. Oh, Wishclaw Talisman. I'm not a fan of this card because again, it depends on who you're playing with. You never pass the talisman back to the person that gave it to you because there's too many 2-card combos in the game of Magic. So like, he could get one half of his combo, you give it back to him, he gets the other half and wins the game. And I'm pretty sure he's playing like infinite combats because Najeela enjoys infinite combat steps. Gives it to me. The crappy part is I kind of don't want to give it back to anybody. Like, the left player seeing a bunch of cards, the right player's tutoring for a bunch of cards. I might just sit on it and not use it as a tutor. I might use it the turn I could win with it, and that's not for a bit. I like that plan. If the game goes that long. Magic's getting a lot faster. Clearly even in casual tables. Elish Norn. That counters a lot of my stuff. Man, this guy's gonna piss off this Haldan and Pako deck. Gonna be all up in his grill. Let's get this top lane out of the way. I'm worried that I'll exile one of these big boys here and they'll just get turned off by Elish Norn. I do have 2 basics. I'll get the Prairie Stream then, because he'll come in untapped. I think this is only at sorcery speed. Yeah. So I have to do it now if I want to get the value. Come on, don't hit an ETB trigger because then I can't use it. Yeah, okay. So I could cast it, but I'm not going to be able to tutor a land because it's an ETB trigger. I'll just put it in my hand for now. I imagine no one likes Elish Norn, but Mental Misstep in casual also. Gives you worried about 1 mana spells and casual, I guess. I think there's people trying to pub stomp. If you're playing stuff like Mental Misstep, you're geared up for a different kind of magic other than casual. Marsh Flats, Arid Mesa, Prodding Brine Fang. I imagine he won't cast anything for my exile except for maybe Lightning Greaves. Finale of Devastation. All right. I imagine the right player, when he goes on tap to Sisay, he might get the Ruinous Blast so he could nuke the board and instead of being forced to trade and block. He's at 17 commander damage. He has to block that at some point. And that thing has haste, so like, even if you kill it, you have to leave blockers up to deal with it. So he's very close to finishing him off. Wheel of Fortune, Seasons Past. He's got plenty of mana in the tank. I do like how the guy that was lecturing people about playing fast is the slowest one here.
Why am I not surprised?
Knocking on you again, buddy. I'm genuinely curious what's in his hand if he doesn't cast this Wheel of Fortune, as to why he's pro-clutching stuff. I treat most of my cards like they're replaceable. There's no sanctity with my cards. If I lost what's in my hand, I would not care. Not because they're like weak. I think they're actually quite strong. I'd rather have 7 cards in hand than 6. Like, what's the downside in that? I guess you'd be helping the legendary player. No, the One Ring. Gotcha. Something about the One Ring makes people lose their minds, like the movie. They just have to play it. You can't just not play the One Ring. I have a feeling he drew into something he doesn't want to give up again. Meh. Is Jessica's Will was a very good mana production spell. Well, he does have double blue.
No, 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 no.
Oh man. What a play. You hate to see those. I haven't laughed that hard in so long. Reading the card explains the card. I'm gonna give this talisman back to the middle player before he draws and dies. I'm surprised he even stuck around. Maybe he's trying to do me a solid. Oh, Collector Roof, you're spoiled the fun of Wishclaw Talisman. See, but this is what I mean. He was definitely playing 2-card combos. and he naturally drew either the Thassa's or the Demonic Consultation, and if I had given it back to him, he would have been able to pull it off faster before the Ellish Norn had resolved. So there's my advice actually paying off, and you could see it actually happen in game. Never give Wish Claw back to someone. I don't care what they say. If it's not to like win on the spot, it's to gain insane amount of advantage and crush you and everyone else at the table. Don't do it. Sting's not bad, I just don't have a big graveyard to take advantage of it, nor the mana to do it, anything like that. I was too busy thinking about the game state and everything that happened in this revolution that I messed up sacking this to get a land. And let's go digging. Sure, we'll play a Greater Sandworm. Why not? It's a pretty scary creature. In the meantime, I guess I could play Sting. It's like, why not? Got nothing better to do. Might as well invest the mana now so I don't have to later. Okay. I couldn't use it anyways.
Don't embarrass yourself.
What a waste of a Force of Will. I guess he's doing it because I found it hilarious. Hitman has to be bitter about what happened. Making him feel dumb for what they did in the chat. I guess they didn't have to. They probably already felt dumb. Okay. No need to add insult to injury. I'm not a big fan of Demonic Consultation wins, and to see it like completely backfire because you don't know how to look at the board, you kind of deserve it a little bit. If you're trying to pub stomp quote-unquote casual games, I'm just gonna do my thing. Got a green in my hand. Forced in. Safari's Tutor Niganjo. The Sisay deck's gonna have to block here, otherwise they die. Well, he can't exile a card from Hitman. I wonder how many ETB shenanigans he's got in his hand. Thinking back about Hitman's Force of Will play, of all the things he could have countered, why didn't he counter my Greater Sandworm? Like, if his intentions was to be pissy and just counter the next spell I cast, I think a 7/7 is worthy of that a little bit. He blew up the talisman. I don't know what his deal is. He thinks he's jabbing at me, but you can only use the talisman at sorcery speed.
What an idiot.
Trying to make me angry and it's doing nothing. Sorry, hey man, you played like shit. I don't know what else to tell you. Oh, let's see. What an excellent game we have on our hands. I can tutor for a land now. 7 mana. Unfortunately, I don't have 8. Let's go to combat first. Oh, my compatriot left. It's a one-on-one. A little hard for me because this guy's got a lot of tools at his disposal. Not that he was helping much anyways. He's probably gonna die to this next turn. He would have had to block. Play big boy cards, so I can't play a big boy game. Meh. I just realized that this Mercfiend Liege is not that great since I can't activate Ellie and Alan on other people's turns, which was the intention of playing it in the first place. But I guess I could untap my Sandworm and Ellie to block. That ain't bad. The next turn I could Silverback Topiary Stomper. That doesn't sound bad. Paradise, I'm knocking on heaven's door. Paradise. He attacks me and gets 1 fetch counter, so that means I could officially block it. So I doubt he attacks me with that unless he gets some action. I guess he has a Finale Devastation and a March. Yeah, he's got tools to get in if he really wanted to. He's got a grip full of cards too. Honestly, I could care less if I lose this game. I got to see some stuff you normally don't get to see that often in Magic. And I get to beat people with a budget deck. Cyclonic Rift, alright, got a Forge. He got a Tinder Wall. That's pretty good. Makes some more mana for all of these spells. Yeah, rack up the burden counters. Probably drew some interaction, which is why I didn't play anything. I do have a fear that my Silverback gets countered here. Play the Topiary Stomper, get some more ramp in. He has all the ramp he could possibly need, so we'll just take away the Greaves and maybe he'll hurt himself with the Mana Crypt. We already know he has 1 removal spell in his exile pile. He just needs 1 more and he could just end the game. With how many cards he has in his hand, it's probably likely. And then again, he might not see the line because he's in such a comfortable position. He doesn't have to think from a standpoint of struggle, I guess you could say. What'd you reveal? Probably something terrible. Ewit to Shatter Skull Smash my board, I guess. He's got enough mana for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that'll do it. Does 11 damage to both my creatures, or that. There you go. And the Pub Stomper prevails.
Golf clap? Golf clap.
He joined a casual lobby, and this is like not a casual deck. We saw the mental misstep from him, so you could already tell this is not meant for playing with the weaker stuff. He's just getting his kicks from bringing the gas to the, I don't know, what would you call me? The unrefined fossil fuels, the charcoal of my deck. I honestly don't want to give it to either of them. Like, Hitman was being a salty bitch for no reason. Warlock quit a little early, could have bought me a little time to compete. And then Complex Simple, playing a very high-powered deck. Well, technically all three of them were playing high-power stuff, and I'm just playing, a very reasonable deck. But like I said, I don't really care so much that I lost. I got to see some funny stuff this game. I know that I lost. This deck's actually still really good. I've had some really great games of this outside of just this one. This is the list. I'll put a link to it in the description below if you want to take a look at it for yourself. The whole point of it is just to fill your graveyard up with really expensive stuff and cheat stuff into play. Your winning spell is Primal Surge, and then you get Lab Maniac. I put Kutzel in this deck to lock people out of your turn. So if they let Primal Surge resolve, it's too late, because all the triggers from my stuff being cheated into play will get retroactively added to the stack, and the Primal Surge will have to still resolve. Inside of this deck, there are creatures that draw you stuff, or permanents that draw you stuff. So like, if for whatever reason you don't have a creature that enters the battlefield that draws like Prime Speaker or Mold Drifter, you still have Greater Good, where you could just sack a creature and draw and get that trigger for Labman and win. It's pretty hard to like mess that up. If you get overwhelmed by the number of permanents that you put into play from Primal Surge, just keep that in mind. There is something from your ETB triggers, or you have something from your board to sack a creature and draw. So don't panic. And then you'll probably be locking people out of your turn. So if someone gets wise and it's like, I'm going to cast a spell, they have to wait for Primal Surge to resolve, and then priority doesn't get passed until everything hits the table. At that point, it'll be too late for them to do anything. If you do play my list, those are just things to keep in mind. I hope you enjoyed the game. I had a blast. Everyone take care now. Have a great night.